Welcome back everyone to episode 3 of Let's Play Spyro Dragon. Last time we were able to do Town Square and Stone Hill, and this time we're going to work on Sunny Flight, which is right behind us. So I've already had a way to practice on the pattern. I think that's going to work the best for this, hopefully. I will say that using a 360 controller for this game, that was weird. I thought I did the pattern right. I do think that using a 360 controller for this game is kind of grating on me a little bit. Because I'm playing this on the emulator, so I'm actually starting to think maybe I'll get a Bluetooth adapter so I can use my PS4 controller on it. But that's besides the point. So I do feel like the flight controls are not as intuitive in this game as there are in newer games, but that makes sense obviously. So with these trains here with the dynamite, you should want to fly the opposite direction of them, because if you fly with them, if you fly towards them, it's not going to be as easy, and it's just not as quick that way. So you definitely want to go towards them when you're doing this. So now, I think I want to do the chests, which are down here. Probably could have done the one in the center last, but that's fine. Okay. And then out here we have the arches. That'll be the next thing we do. I'm gonna try and get a nice wide, there we go, so that way I get a good angle going in there. But yeah, actually with the arches too, we're actually gonna stop halfway through the arches because, as we'll see in a minute, there are a bunch of Nork planes flying around, and we have to shoot, or not really shoot, but flame those out of the sky. So, unfortunately with those, I don't really have a specific kind of strategy for them. If you ask me, there's not a very specific strategy for them. You just kind of fly around trying to flame who you can. It can be kind of annoying doing that. I mean, it's just I wouldn't call it trial and error, but it's kind of random. Sometimes like that you miss. And sometimes you're flying around for like 5 seconds trying to find somebody. So these guys are kind of annoying. There's that guy. Okay, there's the other guy. Okay, good. So now we have just enough time to finish up the arches. Hopefully. We got that one and this one. Cool. So there you go. That's Sunny Flight. That's the first flight mission in Spyro. Pretty fun. But if you ask me, it could use a bit of tuning. Not a big deal though. So, now I think the only thing left... Wrong button. I think the only thing left we have to do is Toasty. I mean, we actually can wander around for a minute, see if we can find those 2 gems though. I don't want to quit the game. See if I can find the 2 gems that are missing. I feel like I killed all the Norks. I don't feel like a Nork has one, but we'll kill them anyway. And sometimes though, it's just so hard finding those last 1 or 2 gems like this. They could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. Sometimes they're seriously obvious and just really easy to miss. Get back here, Nork. Stop running. Thank you. There's a balloonist who we actually can go visit, and technically I think we can travel to the next world, but we don't do that quite yet. The gems might be in this maze. Oh, they're there. I see one. There they are. Alright. So now we can go off and do Toasty, which is the boss. And I don't think the bosses in this game are too terribly eventful, but, you know, it is something. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I have to say, too, I love the background and I love the music to this level. Both of them are just awesome. They give a very menacing, kind of dark vibe about it. It really does a good job with atmosphere. Now, these wizards aren't too hard, but these dogs are really annoying, and typically I wind up dying at least once in this level every time I play it. unfortunately. But, I mean, these are really tough enemies though. Except the dogs, you have to flame twice. The wizards will just, you know, beat you with a stick basically, or their staff. So, I mean, they're not too terribly hard. You just gotta keep your distance from them. Come on. But these dogs, though, you haven't seen it yet, but they will try and jump up and squash you, and they can kind of jump forward. So, yeah. There we go. Also, out here, if we go this way, there's a cliff, and of course the last thing you want is to fall off, so be careful out here. I remember I actually died in this spot before, but that's because I was doing a lot worse. For some reason I'm doing a lot better right now. Yeah. Music in this game is great. I probably said that 20 times throughout this playthrough, but it truly is. I know somebody called EPG Plays who actually did a playthrough on this recently said he wasn't the most fond of the Spyro 1 music, but I think the Spyro 1 music is awesome in most cases.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
So the Spyro the Dragon soundtrack to me sounds a little more mystical, a little bit more fantasy. Spyro 2 and 3 sound a bit more cartoony. Have a mix of cartoony, I guess. I just feel like the atmosphere in Spyro 1's a lot more fantasy and medieval. Anyway, here's our boss. He's actually pretty awesome looking, I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't really do much, but he is awesome. And surprise, he's a sheep on a stick. Or on a couple poles. Yeah. Kinda anticlimactic, but it's still see, and there you go, that's what the dogs will do. They jump up and squash you. But I do love the boss design though. And all you can do, oh, never mind, I was wrong, he actually can attack you. I didn't realize he could. I thought he could just run around. Anyway, but yeah, kind of anticlimactic, but still a really, really awesome looking design for the boss though. And that's it, that's a really short level. Well, back on the music for a second, I didn't think the Sunny Flight music was that impressive though. Didn't really stand out to me that much, if I have to be perfectly honest. Anyway, so I think before we end the episode, because I feel like this episode is already a little bit short, I think we're going to go to the next homeworld, and I think we're going to collect a couple of gems in the area of that homeworld first, before we end the episode. So, I think... Is he this way? No. He's in one of the other hole-in-the-wall areas, so to speak. Everything looks good so far. 16 dragons, 1,000 gems, 13%. I love how your stats are all right here, by the way. That's also pretty convenient. Well done, Spyro. I didn't think you could do it. You may travel to the Peacekeepers World if you like. Yeah, I'll go to Peacekeepers. So welcome to the Peacekeepers World. Very kind of deserty area. That's kind of the theme of this land. Is very desert, very dry.
Welcome to Peacekeepers, Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us and stolen. Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Simple enough. So we got these Norks here. They aren't nearly as cowardly as the Norks from the first world, but they're not a match. Nope. They also got these cannons now. You can move these and see if I can find something to attack. I guess we'll shoot at another Nork real quick. There you go. So you got these little cannons you can use, and they fight each other and all kinds of other random stuff like that happening. So So I don't know. I guess we'll try and get all the gems real quick in this world. I don't know if I remember. Actually, you know, I'm trying to remember too. If you actually can, you might actually have to progress through 1 or 2 levels. There's Dry Canyon, one of the first areas. We won't be doing any levels in this episode. Oops. Or any levels of the new area, but we will be at least getting basically an introduction. By the way, you want to see something that you're looking forward to in the remaster version? I mean, they did announce Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. Looking for something forward remastered too? How about this? No, not that. Not that either. Yeah, are you looking forward to seeing that in remaster? I wonder what they're gonna do about that. It's silly, but kinda gross at the same time though. Really kinda curious what they'll do. Maybe they'll add underpants to the Norks. I wonder if they'll keep it the same or not. Got another dragon to free here. Magnus. I like that name.
Hi, Spyro! Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
Yep. That's the way you gotta keep Sparks, keep him healthy, which is basically your life, Barb. What does he say? Gosnell. Magic Raptor's world is far away and very dangerous. Maybe if I find 1200 stolen treasure, I'll show it to you. Wow. And how much treasure do I have right now? Yeah. Wait a minute. See, it just goes to show how the progression can be with this game sometimes. I mean, look at it. If we were to find the extra treasure in this world, all of it, all right now at once, then we could technically go right to the next world and just skip over this world completely. I mean, that is a really small thing I'll complain about this game. By the way, we have a couple chests to blow up with these cannons, and also giant target, obviously. That is one small complaint I have about this game, is that they made it a little bit too easy to progress sometimes. So I mean, look at that. I mean, you can literally get to the second. If you completed the first world, you can literally skip over to the second, or you can skip to the second world, and basically go around for 10 minutes collecting treasure and go off to the third world immediately. I wouldn't call that bad. I wouldn't call it a bad game or game design. I don't think I call it that. But I kind of think that they should have made it a little bit more steep, so that way you know, players could absolutely, if they wanted to, or so that way players actually had a chance to kind of go through the world a little bit more, instead of, you know, a player who maybe just wants to get through the game and finish the game, and they could just, you know, basically skip right over this. I also think too, like in this case here, Dr. Shem is the boss, and Dr. Shemp is, I mean, he's right there in the open. So I mean, there's really, you know, some of these worlds like this, there's really not much, you know, to go off and go challenge the boss, or really, you know, or really move on to the next area. Well, I guess Breath of the Wild is kind of like that, but then again, Breath of the Wild, I mean, you know, even if you can't go fight Ganon at the beginning of the game, I mean, you're probably gonna get your butt kicked. You're probably not really gonna, you know, be able to face him that early without dying, unless you're like a really skilled player, I guess. So I don't know. And Dr. Shemp, for example, doesn't take any real effort. Not hard.
Well done, Spyro! Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny!
Destiny? I just want to kick some...
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure!
Yep, that's the objective. So, and for the last area here, where I think the remaining treasure is, I may have missed a couple pieces, but for most of the remaining treasure should be over oop, nope, crap. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, the idea is to glide over there, not to fall in the purple muck. So we'll heal up real quick. Wait, didn't I? I thought Sparks was already green. Oh, that was weird. He was. Okay, that's weird. For some reason, he didn't change to blue. That was kind of odd. Anyway, though, so we'll go back up here. And yeah, we gotta go this way. There we go. So, and we can always use the key right here. And is that the rest of the gems? Nope, we're still missing a couple, but that's okay though. We will come back to that probably before we leave Dry Canyon, before we leave Peacekeepers. We'll probably come back to that and finish that up. So anyways, that's going to be the end of episode 3. So in this episode we got through with Toasty and the flight. And next time we will be exploring the Peacekeepers world. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video, or the next stream. After I find a save point. There it is. Oh wait, hold on a minute, here's a couple of gems. Mystery solved. Anyway though, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.